is okay, but
We have that little break in play, Joe.
let's face it, he's got a long way to fall down.
He does, Joe, definitely.
Big man mountain that he is.
We'll do some score updates around the ground. 45 minutes gone at Langwarrin. It's Langwarrin 0, Manningham 1. 43 minutes gone, Melbourne City 1, Eastern Lions 0. 45 minutes gone, it's Moreland City 1, Brunswick City 2. 42 minutes gone, Murray United 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 0. 41 minutes gone, Springvale White Eagles 0, Northcote 0. 44 minutes gone, it's Werribee City 0, St Albans 0. And 45 minutes gone, it's Whittlesea Rangers 0, Geelong 0.
Much improved performance by the Rangers there with a change of coach during the week.
Yes.
Former Zebras player George Karkaletsis has taken the job down there at the Rangers. They'll be looking for some improvement.
Just another affair.
Big Nick getting some treatment here.
Break and play here. I think Anthony not taking any risks there and just taking his time, especially with a head knock. It looks like as he's landed, Joe, you're right. He's sort of
Be a bit of whiplash, I'd say.
Anthony just checking him out. You can see he's just checking his neck and everything out there. So we have big man gets back on his feet. As both sets of teams just going across and getting some much needed fluids there. Zebras players just working out their structure and so forth there.
And the big man's on his feet now, so
just going across there to make sure his teammate's okay.
Just rather gingerly walking, but that's not unusual for the big man, so I'm quite sure he's coming off with the physio. Anthony Murray's going to walk him off.
Changes are going to be made there, so Big Nick should be...
Now, I'll be interested to see what happens here. The goalkeeper clearly in possession of the ball by himself. I would hate to see a drop ball. Oh no, Victory's doing the right thing. Well, I thought they were doing the right thing.
Yep, I know they are. Looks like he's making his way across.
I don't think they are doing the right thing. Oh yes, he's backing off Palazzolo, it seems.
Yep.
Yeah, the occasion of the game has finally caught up with him. So Jack Palazzolo backs off, and Jack Wester-Stuti where he was with the ball, and would eventually try to pick it up now.
He does.
Big Nick looked like he's going to come back onto the park, Dominic.
Puts the ball down.
A bit of a sigh of relief there from the Zebra supporters.
Up. Zebra still with 10 as Nia Gorin still on the touchline. Hasn't come back on yet. Canal turns out wide to Simeoi. Hands up there from Nick as the
Devitt's
is about to put the sign up.
2 minutes.
An additional 2 minutes of play.
Devitt's gone forward and in an offside position. That's what happens when the midfielders strike that far. They tend to ball watch a little bit.
Big Nick backs his way back onto the pitch.
And he does now, so Devitt to sit back and Big Nick to resume his position.
One over the top there now. Back to Anderson. Anderson with the ball now for the Victory. Looking forward. Devitt closing down. Brilliant pressure there. Palazzolo, I think that there was. It's turned over. Williams with the ball now. Switches, goes into play, looking for the run of Preen, but...
there was a herd of Zebras around the young player there, so good to see. We're chasing those loose balls, Dom, not giving him an ounce to breathe.
There's Carrigan now, switches out wide.
Just watching the big man there, just rolling his neck around a little bit, just going through the motions a little bit, looking towards getting a break at half-time, Dominic, which is a practical...
couple of minutes now to go in this half, and he can go into the room.
Yeah, a bit of practical thing to do, nothing silly. We want to come on for the next 45, Nick. Victory. They've got other ideas. They want to push it. They want to push it to get back on parity. We don't need that.
Damage there now to Corrigan, now to Anderson. Anderson with possession, asking for his teammates to make a move forward, goes a long one through, finds a bit of space there now with Palazzolo. Palazzolo turns, has the run there of Lawton. Lawton now going to the box, back to Palazzolo. Tremaine Sadler gets in there and cleans up for the Zebras, loses his footing again there, comes off a Zebras player. So there again, Joe, another player losing his footing there on the ground. As ball gets past, 1-2 pass there, Sadler coming in, gets his foot in, brilliantly done. Still with it though, Melbourne Victory. They're out to Kunda now.
That 2 minutes has expired, Dominic. I'm not quite sure what the referee's looking for.
Kadar now out wide and still not with it. Green can't get it. Ball gets mixed up in his feet. Sadler going across, brilliantly tackled by Sadler. Gets both feet to that ball and goes out for a victory throw-in.
And the
looks at his watch again.
Yeah, the 2 minutes is well and truly over. We're just
Surely have to
just
be,
not waiting for the team to get back.
close
It's
to
a
there now.
bit of a cheap throw in there. The Zebras clear it, and now it's going to be blown.
And there is the half-time whistle here at CB Smith Reserve. It's the Moreland Zebras taking a 1-goal lead into the break, thanks to the early goal there from young Thomas Bafarosh. We will go to a quick break and we'll join you once again in the second half for this game. Welcome back, listeners, to the second half here at CB Smith Reserve, as both sets of players make their way onto the pitch. Match officials are also out there and not too far away from getting started here for this second half. Joe, what did you make of the first half?
Yeah, look, a fairly tight contest. I thought we deserved the 1-goal lead. We had a couple other chances to maybe go ahead one more. Victory never to be taken lightly, though. They play good football. We just haven't given them any space to find those little pockets of penetration that they like to, take advantage of. So it's a big 45 minutes coming up, Dom. Looking forward to it immensely.
Referee just looks around, gets himself ready and gets us underway here. Melbourne Victory with the kick-off. Akbari now. Dare say we'll find a motivated Melbourne Victory coming out in this half, Joe. Not a team that's happy to be down at the break, definitely. So Zebras will do well to come out here and put the pressure on early and get a early goal. Really put Melbourne Victory roll behind the 8 ball.
We need to do the same things as we did in the first half, Dominic, and that is not give them too much space and make sure that we're nipping at their heels at every opportunity.
Canal there with the massive clearance, but into space, and as he picked up there by the Victory goalkeeper in Skokic. Now into the middle of the park to their captain in Corrigan. Corrigan out wide to Anderson now. Anderson bring the ball up into a little bit of space. Newgoran giving a little bit now on the move. Newgoran chasing him down, putting the pressure on. Lawton now to
Devitt doing the same, making sure they've not got easy passage out. And Cannell doing the same again. And now Tommy Barfarosh doing the same. And Cannell finally forces the turnover. Ooh, tries to get through. Ball on Barfarosh but misses out. Victory pick up the second. Go forward. Nagorian battling hard. Victory turn it over and the Zebras clean up again. Timmins.
Sorry, back to Williams.
Loves to come on his inside all the time. A pretty loose ball. Watley makes it good, though, just as well.
Out wide to Simeon now. Now, Barfarosh. Into the space of Simeon continuing his run. Simeon goes to the switch back into the middle park. Had runners going there. But,
yeah, Luke Devitt was coming in fast on his left-hand side. And Nicky's gone for the cut-in. Looks like a substitution here. Doesn't like the way he feels, Big Nick. Just hoping it's not a recurrence of any knee problem and maybe just a result of that fall. Substitution for Moreland Zebras going off number 9, Gordon, coming on number 19, Stephen Carpenter.
Joe confirms that substitution, so Stephen Carpenter coming on for number 9, Nicholas Newgoran. So obviously that knock in that first half, towards the end of that first half, was causing a bit of distress. And
yeah.
Possibly precautionary change there. Stephen Cardamone makes his way onto the pitches. Barfarosh now turns 2 Victory players. Now goes across, looking for the header there of
Watley's nodded it wide, just wide, but good build up.
Space there, Joe. Had plenty of room there, and sort of kicking himself a little bit. May have been able to control that and bring it down, but went the header and unfortunately wide of the mark. Just
looking to place it in the bottom corner, and it's just gone wide. So Victory survived that. Good build-up play by Barfarosh. Cardamone looking to add a bit of bite. Barfarosh has moved into the centre, and Cardamone's come out to the right-hand side in the wing.
Akbari there now. Canal comes across.
Canal's been instrumental in cleaning up most things when they're loose, and does the same again. Good play by the Zebras strong man.
Throwing comes in, trying to get over the top of Sibuoi. Canal now. Akbari, Cardamone. Zebras win out. Devitt now turns into space.
Nutmegs the 18 and sends him on his way. Preen coming inside looking for the runner. No one coming. Decides to go into the pocket on his own and turns the ball over. No, it'll be a Zebras throw in.
Straight to the middle of the ground in the box now. Devitt picks it up to himself, brings it down now. Now finds Timmins.
Timmins
turns into the box now, looking to run through. Devitt back to Williams, back to Timmins. Still in possession with it, Timmins. Now to Williams. Williams middle of the park. Finds Cardamone. Stefan Cardamone there. Long one over the top. Trying to find the run of Simioy.
Not a great ball, but we still have chance here. And
Williams now wins possession. Still with it, Williams. Into the path of Bufferosh, who goes through, and there's been a bit of a...
Don't know, there was a free kick warranted for on the Williams tackle, or which is inside the box.
Play on from the initial Williams free
He's given us the benefit of the doubt, hasn't he?
Got the advantage there, got the advantage taken. Zebras did manage to get a shot off, so we can't sort of move straight for that one. And unfortunately, Bufferosh there, just wide for getting his brace for this game.
Yeah, with a chance to pick up his brace, but we take the corner nonetheless, Tom.
Corner now, Preen on the end of it now to take it. Taking his time, adjusting his boots there, possibly a signal there to his teammates. Ball comes in, hits the 18-yard line. Tremaine Sadler on his own at the back post and just wide there. Another one there, Joe. I think he thought he had a bit more time than he knew he did, and unfortunately just wide there for the Zebras. Zebras pushing now early in the second half.
In the end, it was low enough to volley on the right foot there. Just a little tap in, but nonetheless, still doing some heavy-duty work, Moreland Zebras.
So, Victory now in the middle of the park, going through, looking to link up play there, but turned over, brilliantly done there by Watley. Now to Canal. Liam Canal over the top, finding Preen. Preen had a very busy first half, and still a similar second half for him. He's getting involved in absolutely everything out there on the left-hand side. Zebras favouring that left-hand side. As Sadler goes long, looking for the run of Preen, still keeps it in play, brilliantly done there. Now squares it into the middle to Devitt. Devitt back out wide, can't find a link-up play with Preen, but still wins it back again for the Zebras. Still with it, Devitt takes on one, takes on two Victory players, then gets across into the middle of the park. Bufferosh trying to get into it, but there's a Victory player in between him.
Sort of bodied out of that, young Tommy was, bodied out of that.
That one there up. Good build-up play there by Preen, by Sadler, and by Devitt to get around those Victory players there out wide. There's another long one over the top, cleaned up there by Simioy, then switches out wide, finds Cardamone, brings it back into the middle, finds Canal to Williams, and then Williams goes that other flick again, can't make the pass stick to Simioy, who made the run out wide. Akbari now, Simioy to beat, brilliantly done by Simioy, wins it back for the Zebras. Still with it, Williams. Now Cardamone, another nutmeg through, finds Simioy. Now Simioy into the middle, can't get the pass through, and it goes out for another Zebras throw-in.
Some nice link-up play by Moreland Zebras there, trying to find the little pockets of space. Successful on a couple of occasions. A couple of good gilt-edged chances there for Moreland Zebras, who started this second half in some style.
There has been, yes, Joe, as the Zebras now is Simioy with the ball to take the throw. Goes long, looking for the run there of Bufferosh, but can't find him. Williams now with the header on the outside of the 18-yard box. Flicked over the top, ball bobbling up, a couple of plays underneath it, but Skokic there for Melbourne Victory picks that one there up, gives it early to Anderson. Now back in the middle, Williams gets in front. Bufferosh on the end of it now, cries the back flick back to Williams, but can't get it pulled off there. Still with it. Under a huge amount of pressure there, Victory, and Zebras do well to turn that ball over for another Zebras throw-in. You can sense the Zebras have just stepped up another gear here now, Joe, and try to get that second goal so they can
Indeed, we've had a couple
give
of
themselves
chances.
a two-goal buffer. As now Victory goes a long clearance over the top. Sadler wins the header from behind there. Still keeps it in play. Bufferosh now into the 18-yard box. Goes to turn into the path of Preen. Preen now cross over the top, looking for Cardamone. Comes off a Victory header. Still Victory outside the 18-yard box. Now they make their way out through the middle of the park now. Through through Kadar, sorry, that one there was Kadar for Victory. As now Devitt tries to win the ball back. Bit of a tussle there. Akbari now switches out wide. Short and throw pass there, but his team ain't able to get under control. Still looking forward now, Victory. Still in possession, trying to put a couple of passes together. Absorb the pressure well from the Zebras. Anderson now switches across to Carrigan. Carrigan back to Anderson.
Victory just trying to slow the game down a little bit after a fairly heavy onslaught.
Turned over there, Tremaine Sadler stepping in, winning the ball back for the Zebras. Here they go again, Williams now moving forward. Preen still in attack, the Zebras now. Preen moving forward still with the ball. You see the difference between the Zebras attacking the Victory. Victory liking to hold that ball up, slowing the play down. But as soon as the Zebras get in their defensive half, we're moving forward. They're going forward, looking for that attacking role, putting the Victory under pressure.
We're looking for that killer blow, and it looks like another substitution here for Moreland Zebras.
Yes, number 12 looking to come off there. It's going to be
Preen.
Garen Preen, being replaced by number 14, James Dimitri.
Substitution for Moreland Zebras, going off number 12, Garen Preen, replaced by number 14, James Dimitri.
Confirmation there of that substitution as Zebras take the throw in now. Williams takes a shot along the ground. I wouldn't say easily picked up there by Stoke because the ball was bouncing, but managed to collect it cleanly there. As Victory now come out, set now. Sayed, sorry, with the ball. Tries to get around Simeon. Simeon loses his footing. Sayed gets around one. Goes to turn past Canal. Now finds Akbari. Now back out wide to Sayed. Still keeps it in play.
Been called offside there.
Yep, linesman's flag's gone up.
Been called offside, but they'll be forever dangerous. Doesn't matter what minute of the game it is. Zebras looking to deliver the early coup de grace here, but Melbourne Victory hanging on and springing surprise counter-attacks.
Because that's looking with the free kick they're taken, but only as far as a Victory defender, and now Victory breaking out. Coming through their attacking options through Ristich. Ristich though cut off by Sadler. Solid performance so far by Sadler. Bufferosh can't judge the bounce there. As the sun starts to set over this beautiful CB Smith Reserve here, Joe. Our viewers won't have any issues with any of the viewing.
No,
so
the
far.
camera's on the right side, Dominic, as Cardamone looks to get the ball across, and it's a corner.
Yep, it has crossed that line. It is a corner.
Taken a deflection. Looks like it took a deflection from the Victory player. There's the sun starting to set over the Ardam here at Marvellous Moreland. CB Smith Reserve. Moreland Zebras 1, Melbourne Victory 0. Today's game brought to you by Essendon Jeep. Corner, Tommy Barfarosh rolls over to the corner. Just in front of the Land Track Environmental Solutions sign.
Signals there. Now delivers a corner. Sort of hard and low there. I didn't think he got the proper connection that he actually wanted there in that corner, unfortunately.
No, a little bit of a lack of conviction there, just resulted in the ball skimming off his knee for a goal kick.
Taking their time with this goal kick.
Yep.
Too sure.
It was pretty noticeable that they're wanting to slow the game down a little bit. That early onslaught from Moreland Zebras allowed them to reassess what was going on, and they're definitely slowing the game down a bit.
High up in the air one, Williams underneath it, wings a header forward into the path of Devitt. Cleared by the defender there for Melbourne Victory. As Timmins comes in there now. Sadler, got a Victory player behind him, gets a tackle from behind, referee's called the free kick. As a Victory player has actually gone down outside the field of play.
Yeah, I think the Victory player has gone down there. He's off the ground, so
He is, so referee can continue the game, and he is.
yeah, the game's going to go on. Sadler.
Oh,
Or
not sure
does
Sadler
not
was
not a
thinking
great
there,
game,
but managed-
not a great ball.
turned over.
He's half kicked the ground there, Trey Sadler, and we still haven't got out of this one.
Shot over the top by Sayed there for Victory. Not troubling West Astuti's goal. There's a Victory player out wide. I'm just trying to get confirmation of who the player is that's currently down out there.
Laying on his side with his back against us.
Since it may be Kurda. I'll confirm that. He's just getting to his feet now. Victory now. Corrigan now coming out. Anderson now wide to
There's a herd of zebras around him.
Kunda. Still with it.
This time they come out.
Muste Danajic. Corrigan comes out wide, finds Sayed. Looked like a bit of a hand there. Referee calls play on. Now it cuts through the middle. Goes past one, but can't
Just
get through.
showed a bit too much to Matt Watley, and out comes Watley.
Now wide. Cardamone with the ball now. Looking for the options forward. Tries to find the pass of Watley. Can't get through though. Victory breakaway. Cardamone looking like putting a foot in, but lets him go past. Still with it now. Cardamone brilliantly done. Wins the ball back
well
to the
done
Zebras.
Well done, Big Steph.
Up with Williams to Watley. Watley to Cardamone. Keeps the ball in play. No, just.
And the big man just fails to get it, but well worked back there by Stephen Cardamone.
Yeah, so his confirmation that Kadar is play coming off. Waves off the substitution. Zebras take the throw and they weren't ready on that touchline. We'll confirm the substitution shortly as Zebras now coming through. Still with it. Timmins out wide. Still Timmins with it. Timmins comes back in the middle. Williams into a bit of space. Goes the
that final ball to Devitt wasn't there.
Still with it, Simui putting the pressure on it. Ball's turned over. Free kick for Sayed. With thereafter there between the two players, Sayed and Simui, as the substitution now is going to be made.
8 off, 16 on.
Substitution for Melbourne Victory coming off number 8, Furkan Kerdar, being replaced by
16.
number 16, Jack Morton. Confirmation of that substitution there.
So Victory make the necessary substitution for the injured player.
They've rolled an ankle or something as he's gone out of the play there, Joe. As he's landed, he's possibly rolled it. So Victory making the change there right away. As they come forward now, Sayed, Watley there, putting the pressure on, not giving the easy option in, turns him away.
Watley squares up, making it hard for the youngster.
Really done there. Still in possession now. Morton now, the entered player into the field. Tries to link up, still does. Timmins putting the pressure on out wide, not giving them the easy option out. Comes off a Zebras player and it goes out for another Victory throw-in. 61 minutes gone here at CB Smith Reserve. It's a Moreland Zebras 1, Melbourne Victory 0.
We can expect a little bit of an onslaught if we don't score the second one. They'll be keen to get something out of the game, Melbourne Victory, and that's the last thing that Moreland Zebras want.
Ball now, out wide. Brilliantly done there by Timmins, wins the ball back to the Zebras now, switches to Williams in the middle.
Unceremoniously dumped there.
Silly free kick there from Victory. It's a Zebras free kick who'll take their time with this one here now. Slowing things down. Sadler making his way across. We want to get a better contact to that ball this time round, Joe.
Yes.
Free kick wasn't.
Well, it was un-Tremaine Sadler-like, not to spray that ball. Didn't actually make the proper connection, I don't think. This time he does. Goes long. Barfarosh holds it on. Makes a meal out of it. This time gets it away to Devitt. Devitt sprays it out wide to Luke Cardamone. Zebra's just holding on to play here. Devitt looks up, goes backwards to Liam Cannell, and further back to Matt Watley. Watley sprays it out to the left to Sean Timmins. He goes again. All brought down.
Another free kick, I think it will be. Yep,
it's a free kick or a throw-in? Not quite sure. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. A little bit ambiguous, some of the sign language from the referees nowadays. Nonetheless, they're doing a good job.
So
Timmins.
With the free kick for the Zebras. Goes one hard and low, finds Cannell on the edge of the yard box, takes a shot, Cannell, but
hit well, but straight at the keeper.
That one, able to pick that one there up quite easily.
Straight at him, the keeper didn't have to deviate anywhere. This time they go square themselves. Simui's going to cut it out, does so. Gives Jack West a touch. Bit of a 50-50, but we get there. We make it look okay. We do. Timmins has found himself forward. He'll want to not lose it over, and we retain the throw. Looks
for the Zebras. Score up. That's around the ground, Jack.
Yeah, looks like Brunswick City's overtaken Moreland City 3-2. Going on about 67 minutes odd. Devitt's made his way into the box, cuts it back. Victory get it away as Barfarosh was closing in on that. This time they're going uncharacteristically long. A sprayed ball hits Victory player on the arm and it goes out. Timmins looking to bring it back in. Finds Devitt, who lays it back to him. He's had a good game, the youngster Luke Devitt. Barfarosh trying to square it up.
Can't though. Hiked out of there, but only as far as Sadler. Sadler heads into the middle of the ground. Williams tries to get underneath it. Still wins it back though, the Zebras. Nope, free kick there.
Referees picked out a late one as Melbourne Victory looked to shape up for their next substitution with number 21 going off and number 13 coming on.
Substitution for Melbourne Victory coming off number 21, Remit Akbari, being replaced by number 13, Matthew Bazanovsky. Substitution there for Melbourne Victory. It's their second substitution, I think, Joe, of the game. So
yeah, 2 each now. 2 each in the substitutions. I see Big Nick's made his way back into the room, so I'm hoping everything's okay with the big man. Coming back after a long layoff, so maybe not unexpected. Maybe just some preservation. As Williams takes control, spreads it out wide to Simioy. First time, finds Cardamone on the right. Bit of work to do, doesn't go forward. This time he does. Skips it round. Can he get the ball across? Wants to do that little bit more. Wants to cut in, but we need possession of the ball. We do. Oh, Tommy Barfarosh tried a little bicycle kick there that didn't quite work out. Zebras retained the ball through Timmins.
Getting, I think, in the way of Timmins there, but managed to get out of it, the Zebras, and
Yeah, Timmins a little bit of frustration there now. Papadimitriou it was that probably ran in the same direction. Moreland Zebras keen to keep the ball in there. Victory back third.
Still in possession, Victory. Now goes a long one down the park, but Watley signaling to his goalkeeper. Was he going to go back? No, turns. Now comes out with it, Watley. Down the line, finds Cardamone, turns back in. Tries to pass the 1-2 link up with Watley. Oh, brilliantly done there by Cardamone. Wins the ball back for the Zebras. Still with the Cardamone. Now squares it back to Canal. Canal under pressure. All the way to Wester Stulti.
I'm
down by Sayed, but
very impressed with Cardamone's work rate. Even when the ball looks like it's lost, he fights back to get that second option.
As Timmins goes through now. Tried to get the pass. Came off a deflection. Still found...
Papadimitriou skipped under the ball. Nothing doing, says the ref.
No,
okay.
Ball comes out now. It's,
Victory don't quite have the numbers. 4 against 3. They allow him to come inside, Akbari. And we don't want him to shape up.
Sayed now still with it. Palazzolo. But
Palazzolo it was.
Goes out. Long one over the top. Comes off Papadimitriou's leg there. Barfarosh there to close. But Bozanovsky there for Victory closing. 2 substitutes linking up. Morton now back into the middle of the park.
Melbourne Victory just reminding Moreland Zebras that they are a quality team.
Yeah, any chance that they get up front, Joe, they're going to...
It was a bit of a slip up here. Sayed tries to pick out a pass. The 8% behind the pole is evident. This time it comes out. Apologies for that for the viewers, but although no, you should be getting direct highlights. It's the press box that's behind the pole.
In front, yep. There's strategically placed light towers here at CB Smith Reserve. There's Sayed now trying to get past Simio, doesn't. Goes all the way back now. Back into the middle of the park. Morton looking to switch turns. Got a bit of time now. One Zebras player going towards him. Still Morton with it. Now switches out wide. Sayed into a bit of space. Simio there closing. Gets past him though. Simio is still there on his feet. Closing, showing him the line. Pushing back down the line now. Victory still in possession. Now back in the middle to Morton. Morton with the ball. Back to the captain in Corrigan. Corrigan back out wide. Still in possession. Long one over the top. Ball into the 18-yard box.
Barry's on his own there. Palazzolo.
Now flicks. Goes round. Takes a shot. But West's looking behind that ball.
Saw it all the way and didn't go across his body.
Last few minutes, Joe, Victory just putting a few passes together and getting those dangerous balls in over the top, and a couple of chances created there from those.
Yeah, very evident, Dominic. Zebras need to stay focused and keep working on their pattern. As Barfarosh doesn't get that, skips back over to the Victory keeper. They start to play out. A couple of positional changes maybe. Cardamone's done well coming on. Papadimitri yet to really get into the game.
Still in possession now. Corrigan over the top, looking for the run there, but cut off. Cardamone now in possession, back to Simeoy. Simeoy looking forward, now links up with Canal. Canal back to Simeoy. Right foot's a brilliant ball through to Devitt. Now Devitt with the ball, now takes on one, goes past Corrigan. Goes for the pass through to...
Looking for the killer pass.
Couldn't get past
Papadimitri.
It's a foot race there now. Papadimitri, Anderson. Anderson wins it. Still in possession with it. Papadimitri closing, forcing down the line. Only as far as what? Timmins, sorry. Timmins to Devitt. Devitt now turns back in the middle of the Williams. Williams uses his body well, wins the ball back. Now in possession still with the Williams. Now finding the pass. Barfarosh, comes out wide. Finds Cardamone. Simeoy making a run through. Finds him now. Now Simeoy back into the middle of the park.
Oh, no one there.
The idea was good, but
just overran it, and Williams wasn't able to run on. Victory come out with Sayed.
Now the long one over the top, Sayed, but cut off there by Timmins.
Need to win it again. Need to win it again, and he doesn't this time. Canal.
Lays it off to
Palazzolo
takes a shot. Palazzolo, and it's over the top there. Saved by West Astuti. Palmed it into the path of Sayed, who then puts the ball over the bar.
Victory now keen to get on with the game, and Sayed having a bit of a discussion with Jack West Astuti. And the only time Liam Canal hasn't cut off that ball, it's been delivered into space.
Some more score updates around the ground. We've got an equaliser in the Murray United. This is Goulburn Valley Suns. It's currently 2-2, 74 minutes played there, Jack. West Astuti now with the goal kick for the Zebras.
All the way up to Albury Wodonga. Still not a long way for Shepparton to travel to. Goulburn Valley.
Zebras hunting in packs, win the ball back. Brilliantly done. Still with it. Tackled. Oh.
So getting a little bit
taken out from underneath him there.
Yeah.
Timmins, referee calling.
Getting a little bit willing there, Dom. A little bit willing by Victory, who are obviously keen to keep this going.
No, referee's called a throw in. It wasn't a free kick, so throw in there for the Zebras.
Okay.
Timmins takes a throw. Finds Papadimitri. Back to Timmins. Timmins with Papadimitri with the ball. Looking up, brilliant 1-2 there.
He makes some space now.
Papadimitri into the 18-yard box. Now links it across.
Great ball.
Simeoy lays it off for Cardamone. Cardamone takes a shot. It's in.
And it's
He's
in.
buried it. Brilliantly done there by the Zebras. Great link-up play there from Simeoy and Papadimitri. And that's doubled the lead here.
Goal Moreland Zebras. Moreland Zebras 2. Melbourne Victory 0. Goal scorer number 19, Stefan Cardamone.
Brilliantly done there from the Moreland Zebras. The link-up play. There's a ball across there. Timmins and Williams linking up on that side. Timmins, Williams and Papadimitri linking up. And Papadimitri having that ball into the 18-yard box. Having a sense to find Simeoy into the 18-yard box. Links it to him. And then Simeoy faked the shot, laid it off to Cardamone, and he did the rest and finished it off there. Zebras take a 2-0 lead.
Some intelligent footwork by both Simeoy and James Papadimitri there once they got into a bit of space. And deservedly so for young Cardamone's. Really excelled himself here, winning every second ball he needs to contest.
Now the linesman's flag went up there. Referee's called play on. I don't understand why he's allowed to play on here.
He's probably overruled him, Dominic, but we're not careful here. We'll give away some. Victory now on the burst, eager to atone.
Overruled her, Joe. There was a
Overruled.
young lady there on the sidelines.
Yep.
Zebras now. Williams. Yep.
As I'm reminded again by the technical guru to switch off the amplifier outside on the ground. So apologies for anybody that can hear that. Technology and people over 50 is not a good thing.
As West Astuti now moves up the path to take this free kick for the Zebras.
Watley
there telling his teammates.
Yeah, keeping their mind switched on.
Keep working, got to keep focus here.
Keeping their mind on the job.
Ball over the top. Into the path of Timmins. Timmins now looking for Papadimitri. He's pushed off the ball. Referee calling play on. Victory still in possession. Now switches into the middle. Anderson there now.
They might be forced to push forward a bit, leaving a little bit more gaps now. Victory.
Still looking up there. Ball over the top. Simeoy Sayed with it.
It's got a bit of pace, Sayed.
Still linking up there now. Finds Lawton. Now Sayed still with it.
Simioi shadowing him, not letting him have it easy.
Into the middle now. Bit of space there now for Morton, who takes
Oh,
the
it's-
ball over the top. Palazzolo there, but Stuti comes out, but it's signalled there by the young lady on the sideline there, the
The
assistant
linesman.
referee.
Yep, the assistant
Another
referee.
offside.
Dom, I've got to say, I'm just still not enamoured with that rule. Now, young Palazzolo was at 100 miles an hour. He's offside. Jack Wester stood. He's coming out to as a goalkeeper, as he should. And they need to wait to the collision to call the offside. I'm just not quite sure that's in the player's best interest
Yeah, no,
as
I
a
don't think
as
so.
a health and
No,
safety
I've,
scenario.
I've always been against that ruling, and I think if the offside's there and it's clear and they're going to win the ball, put the flag up straight away. There's Victory now, middle of the park, still with possession, now coming through. Pressure, Morton with it. He's got Devitt all over him. Referee about to blow the whistle. No, advantage play. Comes through the middle now. Carrigan comes out wide. Long switch over the park, over the top, looking for Irad Kunda, but it's missed him and gone over for another Zebras throw-in. Timmins with the throw for the Zebras, looking for his options down the line. Still in possession, Zebras now. Throw-in comes in. Look like Papa Demetra there, manhandle, asking for the free kick from the referee. Referee not having any, and calls play on.
Young Said in a bit of space. Victory still with the ball, swinging round in an arc in front of goal, just drawing backwards again. And this time Zebras Simioi looking to clear. He's going to
Still
shoot
with
it out to
Simioi.
Cardamone.
Still with it, Simioi.
May
Now
they,
links up,
this time he
finds
does.
Cardamone. On to the end of it, Cardamone goes there. Victory player goes down
Ooh.
early, still wins the ball back though. Cardamone chasing. Sayed now out for Victory. Simioi comes in, gets a tackle. Yeah, there's a free kick there. And Simioi lucky not to get a book.
They take it early.
Yep. Quick one taken. Mazinovsky now over the top. Palazzolo had the ball in his eye, the sun in his eyes there, and it's gone over the top for a goal kick for the Zebras.
Simioi's just making sure that young Said knows that he's there.
Let's get some other scores around the ground. Joe's going to stop in play. Whittlesea Rangers 0, North Geelong 0, 82 minutes played. 80 minutes played, Werribee City 0, St Albans 0. 77 minutes played, Springvale White Eagles 0, Northcote 1. 80 minutes gone, Murray United 2, Goulburn Valley 2. 82 minutes gone, Moreland City 2, Brunswick City 3. As Zebras now win the ball back. Devitt, still with it, Devitt. Well done, links up with Papa Dimitri. Papa Dimitri now takes a couple of touches, looking out wide, goes to the cross, comes in the box. Tick, yep, there is a free kick there. Just outside the penalty area there, so quite fortunate there for Victory that it wasn't a penalty. Papa Dimitri getting behind the defender and making his way to the 18-yard box. He was only a foot or two outside from the penalty spot, Joe, but a free kick definitely in a dangerous spot here now for the Zebras.
Cannell standing over it. Yes, James is pretty dangerous. He's fairly fast on his day, and with the ball at his feet, just another probably a metre outside of the box. So Liam Cannell stands over it.
Canal now over the top. Look for the header there of Williams, but can't find it. Comes off a Victory player, and there's a free kick called. Seems like there might have been an obstruction there on the goalkeeper, I think, Jack.
Really, I was going to say it couldn't be an offside. Couldn't be an offside.
Not sure where he's
right?
taken the free kick from, though. It's been taken from on the edge of the 18-yard box, and the foul was occurred in the middle of the 18-yard box. But never mind. Ball gets played on. Victory with it now. Moving into the
Victory come away on the left.
still with it now.
Bit of dash.
Cross comes in and
Meant for a cross, but
it's on the end of that one.
young Aiden Mustayanic didn't quite deliver the right ball.
So 78 minutes gone here. It's a Moreland Zebras 2, Melbourne Victory 0. As Wester Stuti takes his time and sends it long, high up in the air. Players getting underneath it. It's Devitt that wins it down for the Zebras in the middle of the park. Comes out wide to Simioi, who links up with Cardamone. Cardamone back to Simioi. Simioi in a bit of space now. Now switches. Oh, another switch through the middle of the park there and cut off by Victory. Didn't get enough on it
Maybe
there to get
unsighted
across
there.
and,
Maybe unsighted was Simioi. Uncharacteristically gave the ball away there. Victory on a bit of a space, but Luke Devitt says no more chances. Put it away. They take it early.
Down through the middle of the park. Still with it, Victory.
Mustajanich.
He's got runners. Palazzolo now running through the middle, but cut off there by Watley. Watley to Williams. Williams to Cardamone now. Over the top finds Barfarosh.
Barfarosh
Turns, keeps in possession.
looking for the run of Papa, but no, he's not there. And we don't want to be losing the ball now. It's far too early to play keepers off.
Still with possession. Done well there, the Zebras now. Simuo, better.
This time he tries it over. That's a bit more like it from the young man.
Still in play there. Zebras with possession. Papa Dimitri linking up with Timmins. Timmins still in play. Looking for the run there. Devitt trying to get under control. Handball there. Referee, the Zebras bench going off there. It was a clear handball. Referee having none of it. Saying play on.
I wouldn't say he's too far away, Dominic, either, unless the sun was in his eyes there.
It was 10 metres of that play, Joe. We saw it from up here, and we're about 50
it was
metres
fairly
away.
evident, but can't be accused of being biased. But we're allowed to because it's our show.
Zebras TV.
Zebras
the ball
TV.
comes back in now. Still in possession. Zebras. Canal takes a shot, long range shot there for
Ooh.
Canal. Oh, made him work for it there.
Why not?
The goalkeeper.
Why not?
Well, we know that Canal's capable of scoring from those distances, Joe, and he's proved it there.
Yeah, he packs a little bit of lead in that right foot, does Liam Canal, and he just saw the keeper a couple of steps off his line.
That's all he needed to take that shot.
See if you can deal with this, he said. And he has dealt with it, but he's tipped it over for a corner. So Moreland Zebras in with another opportunity here.
He's making his way slowly across there to take the corner. Signals, sets himself up there now. Puts the one hand up for the cross. Now the ball comes in. Better delivery. Zebras plays underneath it. Papa Dimitri, I think it was in the end of it.
Not the strike that he
Timmins,
wanted.
Sorry, Timmins, I think it was in the end of it, unfortunately.
Not the strike that he wanted.
Couldn't get that on target. It's gone over for another goal kick there for Victory. They take it short, trying to build out quicker. Still with it, Victory. Still in possession now through Bozanovsky. Bozanovsky with it, takes a couple of touches.
Just backing off him a little bit here. I don't like that.
Tall centre back there for the Victory, Joe, that Bozanovsky.
Yeah, he's a big lad. Big lad. The ball went nowhere eventually. Astuti should pick it up, and Jack does. It really only had to make one save today. Didn't really have to make it.
Not really, no.
The ball was going out, so he just watched it go.
Puts the ball down now, just draining the clock a little bit.
And now he's going to launch it. And launch it he does.
Long. Victory players underneath.
Can we get the second ball? And we do. Luke Devitt's picked up every second ball today's game. Papa Dimitri finds a little bit of space. Can't get round his defender. Timmins picks it up. Papa Dimitri again looks inside. Left a lot to be desired there from that pass to Williams, but gets away with it. This time he goes to the touchline. Papa Dimitri still working hard. Oh, Victory just crowd him out of it.
Still in possession with the Zebras though. Timmins now goes to take on.
Loses it out. This is where they're dangerous. This is where they're dangerous, Melbourne Victory, and well backed by Jacob Williams.
But Williams comes in, puts a
well done. Well done to the skipper.
And now puts it in the attack for the Zebras. Sends it forward. Barfarosh with
unceremoniously dumped there. Nothing doing, says the linesman.
No.
The assistant referee just on the action, but well chased back. Maybe he was just having a rest. He's run about 70 metres chasing back and got to it.
Ball comes back into play now, still with the Zebras. Papa Dimitri brings it down, comes off a Victory player, goes out for another Zebras throw in. As we have a
substitution.
Substitution here is the
can't quite see who's going. Williams going to the touchline. Timmins, sorry, going to the touchline. I'm not quite sure who's doing what. Number 10 is going off for the Victory. I didn't quite see who came on. Number 20.
Victory coming off number 10, Yazid Sayed, then replaced by number 20, Liston Diaz. Substitution there for the Melbourne Victory. As Zebras take the throw. 84 minutes gone here at CB Smith Reserve. It's the Moreland Zebras 2 versus Melbourne Victory 0, thanks to goals from Barfarosh and Cardamone. As Victory now going forward, still with the Zebras. Timmins goes past one.
Well, they got superior numbers now. They've got superior numbers now. This time they get
it to the box And Astuti West comes out there and cleans that one there up for the Zebras.
Final ball not good enough, but they did catch us out there, 3 against 2. And final ball from Victory, just not what the doctor ordered. And Jack West Astuti, he's undecided, but now he just rolls the ball to himself.
A few weeks ago, Joe, Melbourne Victory actually played Bulleen and had a convincing...
yes, I know, they can play. There's no two ways about it.
It just hasn't sort of come off for him. Fortunate for the Zebras.
Diamici's game plan for them has been nothing short of excellent.
Switch over the top there now, trying to find Papadimitriou. Ball gets headed out. Devitt goes to head out wide, thinking Papadimitriou was still out there, but it's trickled over the line for another throw-in for Melbourne Victory. As I think the Zebras... No, not making a change. I think Nick, the assistant coach here for the Zebras, just signalling to the Zebras players the amount of time left on the board, and we can confirm there's another 5 minutes plus stoppages to go. As Corrigan now comes out wide, finds Anderson with the ball now for the...
We don't want to take anything lightly here.
Definitely not, as we go through now, and one down by Tremaine Sadler over the top, looking for Bufferosh there, but Bozanovsky there able to continue. Oh, yep, under a bit of pressure there from Bufferosh, doing well.
That's Tommy's job, Dom. That's Tommy's job, just to keep them honest. No easy balls out. Well, this time they get the loose one going.
Bit of space in midfield now. Palazzolo making a run through. Now links up, finding Ristich with the ball. Trying to get past Simioi. Simioi shining the line. Ball comes in. Header comes down. And it's come off the Zebras defender in Watley, I think it was. And picked up easily by West Astuti. Takes his time. Using up his full 6 seconds here. Now looking for the option. Goes long. Puts his boot through that ball. Sends it probably 3/4 of the ground down the pitch, Joe. So brilliantly done. Cardamone getting on the end of it. Came off a Zebras player. Yep, Cardamone puts his foot on it and just sends the ball over the top.
They've been good, Zebras, for most of the game. They'll just need to see this game out, but they've not allowed Victory to have any space at all to play their intricate passing game. And then they've been good enough, Dominic, to play their own intricate passing games to score the goals.
A Victory player there loses his boot.
A good all-round performance thus far. And I say thus far because the game's not over at 87 minutes.
And Joe, in our discussions a little bit earlier, you mentioned how St Albans were the
late scorers.
Last-minute goal wonders, and they've managed to score in the 90th minute against Werribee City. So they currently lead that game 1-0.
Yeah, Lady Luck certainly down there at the wrong time for St Albans.
Could Werribee City be looking at 2 defeats in a row, Joe?
I did say it was a tight league, Dominic, and it's up to us to take advantage of those situations.
As Victory still in possession. Still coming through there now. Victory still in position, middle of the park, comes out wide now. Finds Morton over the top, back to Corrigan. Corrigan now. Looking to switch, does. Mustadanagic now. Long one over the top, looking for the runner. The substituting Diaz there, but
Big
goes
Watley.
over his head.
Watley gets the knock on to Jack West Astuti, who's going to take his time and maybe roll it out to Simioi. He's looking at him. Nicky not showing all that much interest. And we're going to send it long.
Here's again, yep. Players retreating there now. Zebras players pushing into the middle. West Astuti puts the ball down, then sends it, goes long. Another long ball there over the top.
Both the keepers...
Opposite counterpart there in Skogic.
The keepers saluting themselves. Victory
now.
Intent on keeping playing, which is the way it should be, I suppose. But Moreland Zebras not letting him cross over too easily.
So Carrigan now, still in position. Finds Bozanovsky. Bozanovsky again out wide. Still with it now, Victory. Just trying to link up the passes now. Back into the middle to the substitute in Morton. Morton now over the top. Trying to get onto the end of it.
Watley covers.
Palazzolo, but yeah, Watley comes
Free
out
kick
there.
to Watley, and Watley's
off the ball. Palazzolo there, frustrated. That's brilliantly done there by the Moreland Zebras defender as they walk away from it. Let Astuti come across there to waste a little bit more time. As we move into the 89th minute here, it's Moreland Zebras 2, Melbourne Victory 0. As the 4th official goes there and readies his board. suggest you may put 3 or 4 minutes up there, Joe. It's
Now it looks like
gonna
it's
be
3.
3 minutes. There you go.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of time apart from the substitution, so
3
3
minutes.
minutes it is.
Goes up for additional time here at CB Smith as Wester Stookie sends a long one down the park. Comes up with Victory head. Still in possession in the middle of the park. Now Victory come out with it. Goes a long ball through. And Watley brilliantly done there out wide to Simioy, who's got a little bit of time there now. Victory player closing. Looking for the pressure down the line. Now finds Cardamone back to Simioy. Simioy gets a faint flick onto Canal. Who's back to Simioy,
Intelligent
back to
play
Cardamone.
from Simioy.
Cardamone now goes to take it. Takes it to the corner. Still with the Cardamone. 3 Victory players around him. One goes down, Joe. Tried to put the tackle, came off the side of Cardamone, and it's gone out for a Zebras throw-in.
Zebras throw in.
Zebras close there now, so well into
Stoppage time now.
stoppage time now. Yep, just started the stoppage time, so we're into the 46th minute. 3 additional minutes to be added on. Ball gets flicked on, it's just wide there.
Little
That's
flick
ahead of
on to the near
Barfarosh.
post by Barfarosh.
Throwing coming, goal kick coming in now.
Victory unsure. Zebras in between most places here, stopping the easy ball. He has to go long now. Contested
definitely.
ball in the air. Zebras must win this.
Ball up high in the air.
Canal, and he does just that. Knocks it on. Victory headed away.
Still with
Ball's a
it.
little scrambled
Stopping.
as Zebras throw, and all the while the clock is ticking as Moreland Zebras make their final substitution.
Yes.
I can't quite see here.
10 coming off, so
Tommy
Barfarosh
Barfarosh.
coming off, and number 18, our youngster from the under-20
Substitution for Moreland Zebras coming off number 10, Tom Barfarosh, replaced by number 18, Salvatore Arcardo.
The under-20s player making his is that his senior debut, Jay? He's played previously, hasn't he?
Oh, he's come on. I think he's come on earlier
Come
this
on,
season.
yes.
He's a good player in the making. Just needs to get that little physicality happening a little bit more, but he's a goal poacher on his day.
Cardo on for the Zebras, team replacing Barfarosh there, as the Zebras still in possession all the way back to Sadler now. Sadler switches across to Wester Stookie now, still in possession with it, looking for the option down the line, goes long over the top. Cardo getting underneath it. He's got the big man in Bozanovsky there to beat, and he doesn't do that, but Sadler wins the ball
Sadler
back.
wins it.
Brilliant turn from Williams. Flick over the top though. Still in possession now. Over the top there. Canal getting underneath it. Wins the ball back.
Wins
Brilliantly
it
done
back.
there by Canal.
Been
And
my
the
man of the
Zebras
match,
make their way out.
Liam Cannell, today. Has cleaned up everything. Not allowed Victory to get a flow on in midfield at all. And young Cardamone's done really well since he's come on, as he's doing now. Just looking to chew. Oh, they've been held on to. We've got the ball, so keep going. Steph's doing really well, holding the ball up into that corner, chewing up some time as he should. And the big man,
Victory player for
and it's
another
Zebras
corner
throw
for
in.
another throw in for the
As
Zebras,
we
sorry.
tick under 30 seconds now for an important win from Moreland Zebras. Important win in the scheme of things. We still note that Werribee has dropped another game. So very important win.
Seconds. Yep, it's 90 plus minutes still going there at the St Albans versus Werribee game, Joe. So still in injury time there. As Zebras now edge of the 18-yard box. Cardo turns past one, tries to get past the other, but can't.
It'll be lovely
The
for
other
the
ball
young
coming
man
out
too.
wide. Cardamone still putting the pressure on, still in the corner there. Pressure still being put on by the Zebras. Long
can
one
feel-
over the top. Referee looks at his watch.
I can feel the excitement
There's
building,
the
and
final
there it
whistle.
is.
Zebras wrap up the 3 points here at CB Smith Reserve, thanks to a 2-0 win.
Final
Goals
score,
to
Moreland Zebras
Tommy
2,
Barfarosh.
Melbourne Victory 0.
Stefan Cardamone. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in today, Joe.
Thank you,
for
Dom.
your,
been my
commentary
pleasure.
box.
Catch
We'll
up
go
with you
down to
soon.
the
The
boys in
FFA
the
Cup
rooms.
game on Wednesday night.
Yes, definitely come down to the game Wednesday night. 7:30 kick-off between the Moreland Zebras and North Sunshine Eagles. I'm Dominic Montesano. Thank you for your coverage today. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed the coverage, and we'll see you again on Wednesday.